Popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always.
What's going on? It's your boy Young Retro, back at it again with another video. So today's gonna be another story time because y'all seem to really like those, and I just thought about this. So I want to say back around 4th, maybe 5th grade, I was down in my hometown, right? And let's call this guy, let's call him Andy. So I was back in my hometown and I was at Walmart, you know, fucking white people store, you know, trying to just buy groceries and shit. And I ran into my friend Andy, who I met in 1st grade. So me and him were like 14, no, like 12, something like that. And so my mom saw his mom, they started talking, and yeah. So one day I went over to Andy's house because, you know, I was like, hey man, I haven't seen you in a long ass time, so let's, like, you know, hang out, you know, maybe I could spend the night at your place or something. So I'll spend the night at his place. So, you know, the first like couple hours I'm there, you know, it's really cool, you know. We're like 12 and 11. We're like fucking watching the Phineas and Ferb movie. If y'all remember that, like that movie whenever they go to that alternate dimension or whatever the fuck. And yeah. So we were just hanging out, being 11-year-olds, catching up, playing with toys and shit, you know, because that's what we did, you know. And I hadn't known Andy for a long time, and I knew his brother too, but his brother's like over 20 or something like that, so he wasn't in the house anymore, so it was just me, Andy, and then Andy's parents. And his house, like, there's the front entrance, and then there's a stairway to the right, and then to the left there's the living room, and then back is the kitchen, and then through the kitchen is his parents' bedroom, and then to the like right of their door is the laundry room, and then the backyard. And so we were just in the living room, like his parents set up the tent and everything, which is like really unnecessary. Like, come on now, like, we're not fucking like 8, like we don't need a tent to sleep in the living room, like you could just place down like some pillows or some shit. So we were just chilling in there, you know. And you know, I was having a good time. I was getting tired, so, you know, I went into the tent, started laying down, and like 30 minutes after I started laying down, you know, I was ready to fall asleep. I was like, oh yeah. Andy comes in the tent. Now this is where shit gets weird. So me and Andy were just talking, you know, he fucking like basically woke my ass up. And, you know, I was having fun, just hanging out with an old friend I haven't seen in forever. So as soon as I'm about to fall asleep again, he was like, hey, do you know what masturbating is? And I just give him this look like, what the fuck? Like, yeah? So then he whips out his dick and started just going at it, and I'm just like, So I just immediately got up out of the fucking tent and just sat out. And I was so shocked. And he was like, come on, man, it feels good. And I was just like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that around guys, because that's, you know, kind of suspect. So I just sat out there. And for a good couple minutes, I was just sitting there contemplating my life choices on how the fuck I got into this situation. So, after a couple minutes of me thinking, he finally goes like, hey man, I'll stop, you know, I just didn't know if you knew what it was and all this. And I was like, yeah, just don't do it again. So, I wake up in the middle of the night, fucking still hung up about seeing his tiny ass. Oh god, I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night And I walked to the kitchen, because, you know, whenever you wake up in the middle of the night, you got, like, that dry-ass throat. So, it was probably, like, 12 or 1, and I got a drink of water. And then I hear, like, parents' TV playing. So I go back there. And, like, I was gonna ask, like, if I could go home, but then I looked at the time, and I was like, yeah, gotta fucking stay. So the next morning I woke up and I was just completely fucking shook. I just still could not get that disgusting image out of my head. Like, I bet if y'all were in this situation, you would be shook too. So, I call my mom. She comes and picks me up. And, that was basically the last time I have talked or seen Andy. And I don't even remember if that's his real name, because, like, you know, this was, like, roughly, like, 3-4 years ago. Surprising that I even knew his name started with an A. So, but yeah, that was disgusting story time. Like this video, comment what you would have done in this situation. Most fucking disgusting. But yeah. Really, really disgusting. I hope none of y'all run into that situation that I did. Most of us are high schoolers now. Maybe even older, maybe younger. But, yeah. That was the story time about whenever I was spending the night at my friend's house and he just started, you know, doing shit. So, yeah. This has been Young Retro. Hope y'all somewhat enjoyed this funny ass, disgusting story time. But yeah. Peace. Shit.